The Lions gave him a beat down. I'm just saying.
I'll be going for every team now playing against the Lions until they lose. Green Bay is 2 words and not 1 word.
Yeah, that's true. That is
so, you know.
Giants winning in Munich against the Panthers.
Boom! That's what we're talking about. Hello and welcome to a very, very special episode of The Hurry Up, because not only am I with my buddy, pal, amigo, friends, compadres. I don't know German for friends.
Don't look at me, I ain't got a clue. I'm sorry.
Ash and George are with me. We are officially in Munich.
Yeah! Prost.
We are, you see, we know some German. So we are at the Patriots house in Munich. What are we doing here?
I mean, it is the NFL game in Munich this week. It is the last one on the slate of international games. This one is exciting. The buzz around Munich so far is kind of electric. It's getting there. It's fun. But some really exciting things going on. So obviously we are currently out of the DAZN studio recording.
We've been let out.
We've been let out.
They let us free. They let us go.
But we are in the Patriots house right now in Munich. Amazing stuff. And they've got some really exciting things this week. So they are doing an auction giveaway, and they're also giving away tickets to Sunday's game, which is awesome.
But not only that, 'cause that's pretty cool, you can actually watch, and fans can actually watch the game, the big game here at the Patriots house. Between Dre's Giants and the Panthers right here. Well, not only that, Patriots fans can actually watch their game here against the Bears too, as part of the watch party right here at the Patriots house. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, right? Right here in Munich, watching your team play and possibly win. It doesn't get better than that.
Well, I would say it doesn't get better than that. In this particular episode, it does. Because we've not only got one special guest.
Not one.
We've got 2 special guests for you guys. We've flown people all around the world for you guys. I'm telling you now. But you know what? We'll leave that to later on because it's a nice surprise who we got.
Yes.
Now, we're going to go into the latest news. So let's start off with the thing that Ash hates the most. Well, I'm going to say it with emphasis. The Chiefs remain undefeated. If anything, in boxing terms, it's and still.
It's true though, but
You know what? I will touch on this a little bit later in the episode as well. I'm not the only one, I should say, who's
not.
feeling the one I'm feeling.
yeah.
Loads of people out there are saying the same thing. I'm just the only one saying it on camera.
You got to stand on business.
Exactly. Listen, this Chiefs team, and I will ask an open-ended question. Are the Chiefs winning games because they're playing good caliber football, or are they winning games because they're getting lucky? And that's all I'm going to say.
Well,
for now, we'll touch on it a bit later.
You hating still on the Chiefs, and I don't understand why.
Got a bit of a
Both
point.
you two are
Got a bit of a
hating.
point.
You know what? Again, Swifties, you know who to go at. Right. Also, we're going to relate this to a little bit of like Premier League,
Yes.
if we can.
Yes.
You know, walk with me, indulge me, and such.
There we go.
So. Obviously, people are complaining about VAR in Premier League. The ref's getting a bit too handsy with the cards. Well, it seems like it's catching because there's been extra ejections in the games.
Crazy. Number 1 being the Lions in Branch, the cornerback. Now, I have to say, he had 2 penalties on this particular play. The first was a defenseless receiver. I mean, it was a little bit of an ugly hit. You can call it, 50-50. Some people agree, some people don't. But his reaction caused the second penalty where he basically jeered towards the crowd. And the officials had absolutely none of it. He was gone.
I do want to
Absolutely
interrupt
gone.
there. It wasn't the officials. This came from New York.
Yes.
People
they
do need to
reviewed
remember
it.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Because the
right.
ejection comes from New York. It's not the refs. Because so many people online straight away were like, what are the refs doing? It's New York, not the refs. Yeah.
Do you think the first one should have stood?
Oh, I mean, it was against the Packers, of course.
Oh, wow.
Stand hard.
This is bias. The second ejection we're talking about, though,
Yeah.
Puka Nacua. Now, I had him in fantasy, so I was crying my eyes out because he left the field and it was over for me. But I'm sorry, the moment you throw a punch, you're off the field.
Was it a clear punch? Obviously, we saw it.
He went swinging.
He did swing. And the silly thing is, you're punching a helmet, bro. Yeah. What are you doing? The moment the officials see that, it's game over. So we did have ejections this week. It seems to be the name of the game, and it impacted. I mean, the Rams in particular went on to win the game. But the moment you do anything like that, you're gone.
I saw Nacua in the tunnel
afterwards.
He very relieved man. Do you reckon there's more relieved than hype?
Listen, Matthew Stafford needs his guys, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. You saw what happened when they first came back. Napuka leaves early in the game. He needs his guys. So for him, he's thinking, oh my gosh, you guys, you saved me by winning this game. It was close, but they still did it.
So he had to do a lot of acting.
Yes.
You know,
For the cameras.
Speaking of actors, you like that?
I don't.
Little segue
That's
there.
a nice segue. Yeah.
Segue there.
Yeah.
There's a certain actor who happens to be a head coach
Oh,
as
wow.
well,
I know where this is going.
acting the fool as normal. In my personal opinion.
Right.
Yes, I'm a Giants fan, and yes, I'm bitter towards this particular franchise, and I will continue to be, just like Ash is with the Chiefs.
Fair.
Now,
There.
Nick Sirianni, in a game that they were comfortably winning, decided to want to run up the score
Yeah.
to, you know, put the cojones out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the fans weren't feeling that as such.
Do you know what? I think the Eagles are lucky they won this game against the Jaguars, because had Trevor Lawrence not thrown that pick at the end of the game,
That's it.
this is a whole different story. And I reckon Nick Sirianni is on that hot seat and maybe off the hot seat on holiday somewhere, not the head coach of the Eagles.
Don't worry, it's coming. Don't worry.
Honestly, I think he just tries to do too much.
Yeah.
Manage your team. Don't annoy the fans. They're already against you. Hell, probably some of the team are against you too. Why are you trying to do too much? We don't want to have to talk about teams and always talk about the head coach. Let's talk about the team and the performance. But with the Eagles, it's Nick Sirianni every single Sunday, and it's just too much.
But it's true. I mean, we speak about Nick Sirianni a lot on this show. Also, give a bit of love to Saquon Barkley,
Oh, yeah.
your main man.
Oh, yeah. We're coming to
it's so
that.
true.
We're coming to
well
that.
done.
We're coming to that.
But it's so true. I mean, you've just got to reiterate what you
Yes.
say. Like, this guy needs to make sure that he's got his locker room in check, first and foremost, and then do everything else second. But he's got everything jumbled. He hasn't got his priorities straight.
Right, I'm going to move on swiftly from that victory, you know, because you lot are going to, I know you're going to go on and on about a certain thing that happened in the
It was
damn game.
what a play as well, man.
It was all right.
No, it was not right.
I've seen better.
I think you two owe the outlandish
Oh,
group of people that give me so much content every week to propose to you an apology.
No.
Because
That's a straight up
no, because something that was said maybe a couple of weeks ago, I believe. I'm just saying this offhand. Now, they said that Dennis Allen is going to get fired, and you guys was like,
you know what?
well, what say you now?
Yeah.
Because it happened.
You know what? The Saints started out their season so strong. I can't actually remember what week that you said this in Outlandish, but the Saints.
There's too many outlets.
No, no.
There's too much of
But the
it.
Saints did start out really strong,
Yeah.
and suddenly this free fall is happening, and it's spiraling out of control. You know what? Ask me week 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I would not have said that Dennis Allen would have been on my hot seat for the entire year.
Yeah.
I would have put other head coaches straight away above him. But anything can happen in the NFL, and this is what makes this sport so exciting.
Yeah.
And you know, what's the age-old saying? Anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Right.
This Saints free fall is kind of weirdly beautiful, glorious, sad, everything to watch. But you know what I mean? Because it's so wild and crazy.
It's crazy because, like,
But this is also the second time that Dennis Allen has been fired.
Oh,
Midway
yeah,
through a
actually.
season.
That's true.
And do you know, because he got fired partway through the Raiders season, and do you know who his quarterback was then as well?
Oh no, it's a curse.
It was Derek Carr.
wow.
Fun little fact for
Wow.
you. Yeah.
But the thing with this is, I remember apologising to Derek Carr live on the show.
Yep.
We had the music, the vibe was there.
Do you want to
it
take that
was-
back?
I might have to pull that plug because right now, like you said, the free fall, 7 games, 7 straight games of a loss. So that outlandish tape was very much on point. Dennis Allen isn't the guy. They move forward without him. What they do from here, who knows? There's a big trade in that division. You know, number 24 has gone, Marshall Lattimore. He's now gone to the Commanders. What happens with the rest of the Saints? Who knows? But they were obviously right and they were onto something. We just didn't pick up on it.
Now we're in confusing times, as you know. Now I think I'm quite smart, intelligent guy. You know, don't care what you got to say. It was more of a statement than a
Depends where you
question.
go.
Are you asking?
Yeah, literally. Careful now.
Please explain to me these overtime rules.
No.
Because everyone is confused.
Right, George, break it down because we spoke about this earlier, didn't
Honestly,
we?
I don't understand how we are in 2024 and we continue to run these regular season rules for overtime. This is how it goes, right? If a game ends in a tie, we go to overtime in the regular season.
Right.
We flip a coin. Whoever wins that coin toss decides whether they want to receive or kick the ball. Most teams want to receive. Why? Because if you score a touchdown first, you win the game.
Right.
The opposition does not get a chance to touch the ball. I repeat, whoever wins the coin toss in overtime in the regular season, if they go on to score a touchdown on their opening drive, the game is over. So you have the opposition standing on the sideline, desperate for the ball to at least run a play.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Different for the postseason where both teams get possession.
Yeah.
We need to change it up because you look at this Kansas City and Bucks game. We're going to come to it later on.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, as soon as he saw Mahomes with the
his
point
face
flip,
like this?
exactly.
Through, because he knew what was coming.
Exactly.
He knew what was coming. But I completely agree. Like,
It sucks.
It's
Somewhere
a-
Josh Allen's like,
Literally,
Yeah.
like, he knows
I thought
how
we
it
got
feels.
through this.
Exactly.
But it's a write-off straight away for any team, I think, in
It's
overtime.
horrible.
I don't know the percentage off my head. It's something I'd have to look up. But I would love to, and someone's got it somewhere online, knowing our beautiful internet NFL sleuths out there. But I'd love to know the percentage of teams that have started on the defense in regular season overtime and have actually gone on to win. I would love to know what the percentage is because
It's
I don't.
gotta be low.
I think it's very low.
Yeah, it's horrendous. We have to change it. Like,
because
it's pathetic.
from what I understood, it changed. It was this already, kind of.
It changed the post.
And then it
Postseason.
changed again, and now it changed back again.
Only the postseason
unnecessarily.
changed. It's the Chiefs and Bills game that changed it in the postseason because
That
Josh
was
Allen
unfair.
never had it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you look at the Bucks and the Kansas City Chiefs game. Baker Mayfield knew it was over. The moment they won the coin toss, game over, and that's what happened.
All right, well, let's get ourselves more informed with what happened in the world of the NFL with Ollie Wilson, who's going to tell us what we learned.
The Kansas City Chiefs are still the only undefeated team in the NFL this year after a barnstormer on Monday Night Football saw them pick up a 30-24 victory thanks to a Kareem Hunt game-winning touchdown in overtime. But the big news from this one, all about the return from DeAndre Hopkins as the Chiefs put their money where their mouth was, brought Hopkins into the locker room and got an immediate impact from their new receiver. 8 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and a big weapon for Mahomes to use with Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquise Brown out of the lineup right now. How long can the Chiefs go undefeated with another big weapon for Mahomes and that defense still looking studly? Could be a few more weeks yet. Teams that have had plenty of defeats this season, the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers, set a record this weekend. The Panthers became the first team to have under 250 yards of total offense, allow 425 or more yards of total offense, and not have a turnover in a game, and still find a victory. Bryce Young leading a game-winning touchdown against the Saints, who are on the fastest lift to the very bottom floor of the NFL if this season continues. Talking of going down, deeper and down, Daniel Jones, 0 passing yards in the first half as the Washington Commanders got the victory over the New York Giants. When will the Giants move on from their man under center? The pressure is on Brian Daboll to do something. And while that's all happening in New York, in Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley is hurdling players backwards with the highlight moment of the weekend. Catch it all on Catch Up, of course, on The Zone.
Okay, thank you so much, Ollie, for that. Again, we are more well-informed than ever before.
We are.
Every day's a school day, Jerome.
We're learning new.
What it's about, man.
Right, okay. I want to go through your highlights of last weekend.
Okay.
Start off with you, Ash.
Right, so mine's not necessarily like a positive highlight, but I think it's a highlight that needs a bit of a discussion.
Right, is it Jordan Love pulling his hammy again, or was it you losing again? or
Wow. Oh
was
my
it,
God.
you know,
Don't
something
worry.
like that?
If they don't win on Sunday, don't worry. We got another show to record, so if they don't get that W on Sunday, it's all good. We got something coming for you. It's all good. You keep sending
Lay it
shots.
out there. Misery loves company. Come and sit
Misery
next
loves
to me,
yeah.
please.
Well, speaking about misery loves company, everybody who is playing the Chiefs this year
Okay.
is currently miserable. Now, I want to get your guys' opinion because you guys would have all seen it. It's making its way around social media.
Okay.
I watched this game live. I saw it happening in real time, and the internet went wild within seconds. Juwan Taylor's false start, clear offside. Why did the refs not pick it up? First of all, I'm not saying that the Chiefs wouldn't have gone on to score a touchdown, but it definitely helped them in that case because, like George has just mentioned previously, with the overtime rules, I'm going to say maybe like 99% of the time, when the offense has the ball, they're going to score the touchdown, they're going to win the game.
Right.
If that had been pulled up and had been a penalty, hey, the chances of Kansas maybe not getting that touchdown are a lot higher.
Yeah.
So for me, this is definitely a highlight. that needs a bit more of a discussion because. And I love people who are just like, oh, the Chiefs always find a way to get the job done and get that win, but not like this. But not like this. I'm not giving hate to this team per se. Like I'm really not. But I mean, if I'm a fan of the Chiefs, if I'm a fan of any other team who's playing the Chiefs, I'd be so infuriated and frustrated. And I think I would now be going into this game, and I mean, Broncos were up next, just thinking, okay, well, what have we got to enjoy? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, what are your guys' quick thoughts on this?
Just quickly before I give my point, I'm sick and tired of the officials helping out the Chiefs. This was easily offsides. You cannot have Taylor moving before anybody else on the O-line. It's clear and obvious. The officials are lined right there. Throw the flag, give the penalty, and you don't know what happens after that. They may have scored, they may not have. The Bucks may have got the ball and went on to win, and then they're no longer undefeated.
But then it would have been fair and square.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
my take.
Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. What's
As
your
a little
take?
Chiefs fan.
Go on.
Is, if I'm being impartial,
Okay, yeah.
you know, I'm trying to be straight down the line.
I see the little smirk.
Yeah.
Leave the Chiefs alone.
This guy. All right.
It's not their fault. The refs mess up, then that's their problem.
That is fair,
I know,
though. That is
it's
fair.
not their fault.
It's just a coincidence. It happens to be with the Chiefs. But
So for the past 9 weeks.
This is not true. My take is, I just feel that at the end of the day is that there's been many problems with the officials in every single game, but people, you know, in media and such.
I mean, it's true. We do highlight because obviously the Chiefs are winning. Yeah, but it does need to be said. So you're right. Maybe it's not obviously just focusing on the Chiefs. It should be a thing that the officials need to be more hotter on.
You'd imagine, right?
Do they all need to go back and take, like, I don't know, a quick 30-second, like...
Hey, look, luck happens, both good and bad. Now, at the end of the day, you're going to take advantage of good luck when it comes your way. What I would ask the Chiefs to do is pass that good luck away just down the line a little bit, just for one weekend, please. For Sunday, because I cannot deal with them two if we lose.
For me, the one highlight of the week has to be this man's ex-player, Saquon Barkley. I know you've seen it, the backwards hurdle. That's all I need to say. I have never seen anybody do what Saquon Barkley did in that field. Hell, you can't even do this move in Madden yet. You can't even do it yet. He spun a guy and jumped backwards over his head in a highlight fashion. You will never see it again. Saquon Barkley, I take my hat off to you, sir.
Play of the season.
Oh my God.
Play of the season.
No, it's not like anyone can't do that anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Daniel Jones up next, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to move swiftly along to our special guest.
Ooh.
First ever guest of the show.
Yeah, man. And it's in Germany here.
We're in Germany. We're in Munich before the Germany game.
Yeah.
There's only one person that we should be bringing in.
Jennifer Becks.
Woo!
Come on in!
Oh my God.
Man, you got to come back every week.
Oh my God.
I guess I learned how to do this.
Ladies first.
My word.
Wow.
So happy to have you here.
Oh,
Cheers to the
man.
Hurry Up
Thank
Podcast.
you very much.
Or as
Thank
we
you.
say, Prost and Prosit.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I must say, well, we're going to say, what, Prost?
Prost.
Prost.
Here we go.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
Amazing.
Jen,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us, and obviously for the special.
This is
Thank
great.
you for the gifts.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing as well. Well, I will try to drink responsibly.
Well, there's food coming too.
Ooh.
I mean, we can't drink this without
No
it.
way.
Special Bavarian food.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is cool.
So
This
we
is
got
cool.
sausages, we got Brezen, and then of course we need the Kaiserschmarrn.
Oh, you got to say that
my
again
God.
for the people at the back.
No way. Oh, look at this. No.
Kartoffeln, Sauerkraut, Senf, like mustard, sausages.
Nothing makes me happier right now than this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I had my gym session by carrying the beers. Because honestly,
It's
on
wonderful.
Oktoberfest they carry up to 12.
What?
I don't
How do
know
they do
how. But
This is heavy.
Cheers to them.
You know what?
For sure.
I must say this, like, you know, DAZN, can you please make sure that we have the show here
Every single week.
Every week. We no longer want to go back to London because,
No. Yeah, give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
this is like, we're not going back.
We are permanent residents
We're not
of
going
Germany.
back. We are, the show is moving forward always from from Munich, that's for sure. So I've been spending a lot of time with my friend Jennifer Becks. Jen, tell the people a little bit about what we've been doing.
Well, we're in Germany, and since we're in Germany, and I was born in Germany, not in Munich though, but it was my great pleasure to show this wonderful man around. We did a little bit of a sightseeing tour.
Yeah. We don't want to spoil it for them.
No.
Let them see. You guys, more than we can talk about it, describe it. Here's a look at what we got up to in Munich with Jennifer Becks.
Well, Dre, as a German, I'm very happy to be able to show you around the beautiful city of Munich. And we are starting off at the Marienplatz, basically the heart of Munich, the center where they are right now setting up the Christmas market. But this is where events take place. And exactly, if you turn around, the first thing you see over here is the very famous Glockenspiel. And at certain times of the day, you have thousands of tourists standing here and listening to the beautiful Glockenspiel.
Well, Jen, you know what? The atmosphere's bubbling up. There's a lot of NFL fans in this little centre now. I'm telling you now, it's going to be a great game. Everyone's really excited.
It's going to be an amazing weekend, and let me show you the rest of the city.
Let's go.
Well, Dre, when you're in Munich, you have to eat and you have to drink. And since it's getting closer to Christmas and the Christmas markets are ready, or getting ready, this is a Glühweinstand, which means Glühwein is like a hot red wine.
Right.
And we're going to have some. Have you ever tried it before?
No, I'm very excited.
Let's see if he likes his first Glühwein.
Oh, I definitely will.
Cheers. Prost.
Yes.
Nice, isn't it? It keeps you warm, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the steam coming off of this thing. It's going to keep me warm for a little while. I'll be glowing.
Inside and outside.
So, Jen, I want to ask you a question because, for me, I find it so amazing that there's so many German NFL fans. Obviously, they come over to London big time. But here, explain to me, the rise and how it's got so popular here.
Oh, I mean, how or why? Because it's the best sport on earth.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. No, it's actually, it was interesting to see it grow like this, I would say over the last 10 years maybe. And yeah, and then when the first NFL Germany game was announced 2 years ago here in Munich,
okay.
Or not announced, but took place 2 years ago, I mean, Germany went crazy. The demand for tickets and everything was insane. And then, yeah, seeing and being here and seeing the fans and experiencing this was just great. I mean, you know this from England, but I guess for the German fans it was very, very special. And even though the German fans traveled to the London games as well, having one in Germany, yeah, it was just a very special moment. And then having 2 German games last year in Frankfurt, that was even bigger. But to me, Munich is just feels special. Now, Dre, one thing you should never ever miss when coming to Munich is a Brauhaus, like a pub, a Bavarian pub. And this is the very famous Hofbräuhaus, where actually your team, the New York Giants, took over. They are going to be here this weekend, so I think it's time to order a beer, have some traditional Bavarian food, and enjoy the weekend.
Well, I think, you know what, main thing I want to say is thank you so much for my whistle-stop tour of Munich. It's been amazing. We definitely deserve a beer for all the places and things that we've done. But you know what? I want to start off with getting a nice steiner, but wait a minute. What are you guys doing here? I can't get away from these guys.
Cheers.
Right, that's what you do.
Or as the Bavarians say, ein Prosit.
Oh,
Like cheers, that's the cheers. Cheers.
Can't get away from
Cheers,
it.
everybody. Welcome to Munich.
Let's go.
Right, so these guys are unfortunate enough to miss some of the food that I tried with the lovely Jennifer Becks earlier because they bothered me by coming straight to the pub, which I actually don't blame you because we are the land of the best beer in the world.
Yeah.
Don't at me other countries, please. Now, But now, Jen, I want you to guide these guys through this lovely food that I got to try some of earlier.
Well, if one thing is not going to happen in Munich or Bavaria, you will not starve.
I like that.
Right, yeah.
So I got you some sausages, sauerkraut, roasted potatoes,
Yes.
of course the Brezen,
Ah.
and then for dessert, Kaiserschmarrn,
I
which is
know.
amazing. It's like pancakes with
Wow.
some sauce.
That looks
We're
good.
all eyeing this one up, aren't we?
Yeah.
I bet it looks good.
So please go enjoy.
Ladies first.
Bon appetit,
Right,
as we would say.
So while you guys are eating, I'm going to get
Yeah.
Jen to kind of just catch us up with the, pretty much how we got to where we are. Where NFL in Germany is such a big thing. Discuss how we got to where we are now, because you know what, I would say sometimes I notice that there's more German fans in the London games than actual, UK fans. I
No,
must
there
say,
are. The German
that's for
fans
sure.
travel, yeah.
So tell us how we got to where we are.
Actually, before I answer this,
Okay.
because you are from the UK, when did you realize that NFL and football became so big in Germany as a foreigner?
Well, yeah, because there were so many people coming over.
But
and
you experienced this like before 2 years ago when the first
Yeah,
German game
I would
happened?
say definitely within the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been big in Germany for a longer period of time, but it's definitely been over the last 4 years. We've noticed that when we speak to you lovely people out in the streets before the games, that I would say maybe 1 in 3 is a German fan, definitely for sure.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, because I would say within the last 5 years, it took off like that. So it grew over the last maybe 10-ish years, but then within the last 5-6 years, and then of course the last 3 to 4
Yeah,
years,
that's been massive.
it's been massive.
Wow.
And then of course 2 years ago we had the very first German game ever
we did.
here in Munich, and it was insane.
Yeah.
You had
were
Mr.
here,
Brady's last
you
season.
were- yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was here,
I mean,
yeah.
having the first game in Germany with Tom Brady playing, that was like double, triple special. Munich went crazy.
Yeah.
They did. The atmosphere was electric here.
Yeah. And to be honest, so my football NFL journey is quite young. So the Munich game was actually my very first NFL game live in a stadium ever. And being here in the city and seeing all the fans, because I think this is so special and so amazing at all the international games, but specifically in Germany, you just see any type of jersey, any fan, and with all the pubs pubs were taken over by the teams, and they were hosting parties from, Thursday, Friday,
definitely.
with those huge NFL helmets among this, like all around the city. It was just NFL everywhere.
Yeah.
Any hotel lobby, NFL everywhere. So many Americans came over as well. So it was such an international/German crowd, but it felt very international on top of it. Then, of course, the game, I think a lot of people also remember the atmosphere. I mean, you are English, so you know soccer stadiums, the fans are going crazy there too. But then, Germans just know how to cheer and how to celebrate inside a stadium. Yeah. So with country roads and all those big memories coming
Come
up.
on now, that's what I am very excited for that. Definitely, Jen, I would say, not only you guys have had the best atmosphere, I would say, in the stadium with country roads. I think we can all agree on that. If we put our, if we're fair, let's say.
Putting our cards on the table.
Put our cards on the table, sis. I like that. Now, also, you guys have had Tom Brady. And you had Patrick Mahomes last year at Frankfurt.
Two
so you
as
had and it only gets
we got spoiled.
bigger.
Yeah.
It gets bigger this year. You see where I was going now? You didn't see that coming, did you?
Pen and wine, bro. Pen and wine.
Because the New York Giants have come to Germany, to Munich, to make sure they spread cheer and spread, football fever,
Giants
NFL fever, Giants fever as such. I have to be impartial, and also the Panthers, they come too. Now,
you better win that game.
right, okay, but not only as obviously Jen being a big advocate of German NFL football fans, but also you've been pretty much the ambassador of the city.
For you today, I take it as a huge compliment. Thank you very much. No, it was a great pleasure showing you around. Like I said, I'm not from Munich.
No, you're not, but you would have thought so. You knew it all. The biggest compliment I can
Well,
give you.
there's no Bavarian in this room, so I'm
Is
sure
Jen's Munich Cultural Tours is available for you to book right now. Right, these guys are tucking in because the food looks amazing. I'm quite jealous that I'm having to talk more than eat. But what's your view of the food that I should be eating as well?
Sensational. Absolutely sensational. So thank you for bringing this, Jen, because this is wonderful. The sausage, the roast potatoes, the sauerkraut, the pretzel, that over there, this dessert right here
is amazing.
Wonderful. I've never had that in my life, and I want it every day of my life.
Have you noticed I've been moving it more towards me?
Yeah, I've been noticing that, and I'm just like, wait a second. Yeah.
Right, so while these two are stuffing their faces, Jen, tell me what the differences are for you between the London Games and the Germany Games.
That's interesting, but I think one big thing that I personally experienced is the size of the city. So London is so big that when I went to my first London game, I wouldn't say I was disappointed. That's too strong, but experiencing Munich and having the city center like slammed with football everywhere, no matter where you went. I expected London to be the same the year after, but again, because the city is so big, it was kind of is NFL taking place?
Yeah.
So
Really?
because it's just they have their little spots, but it's spread out, and then also the fan zone and the tailgating was there, and then the teams had the pubs here and there, but here is literally the Seahawks house is opposite from the Giants, and then the Falcons are next door. So you just you fall into the teams.
Yeah.
And then like you have the NFL helmets and everything is within walking distance plus some little bit of sightseeing. But then again, that's because Munich is a huge city.
Yeah.
Not as big as London, of course, but then the city center is relatively small. So I think that gives it a different type of feeling or vibes. But yeah, London felt more like, okay, we go to the stadium, this is where the NFL takes place, and then of course there were some hot spots within the city, but here the city breathes, it lives football this weekend.
You know what, I completely agree with you, and I think from being at the London Games and the Germany Games, you've got that spot on. It's the atmosphere and the vibes, but because London, like you said, is so big and spread out, hey, sometimes you do walk around and you're like, oh, there is an NFL game today. I see like somebody walking down the street with a shield on or something, and I'm like, oh yes, no, that is happening.
Over the weekend over here, you see any jersey anywhere, no matter where you look.
Well, you know what? I'm taking it from you guys. You guys are saying that London Games needs to step up. That's what I'm taking it as.
You heard it from his mouth.
That's what I'm taking it. I'm saying shots fired here. They're saying Germany Games over the London Games, but we might revisit that in a certain outlandish later.
But giving some love to the London Games. So Wembley was my first game down like at the sideline working. And also because it was Wembley, I had only been inside Tottenham before. So experiencing my first NFL game, sideline game in Wembley, walking inside, seeing the whole Wembley Stadium like backstage, that gave me goosebumps and literally tears in my eyes.
Wembley is historic.
I mean, it's amazing,
So no, like I would never ever want to miss the London Games, of course, and they've been on it there for so long now.
Yeah.
But it's good to have Germany. It's great to have Madrid coming.
Yes.
And
Great shout.
well, so many more international games are planned. So it's just amazing that the NFL is like spreads out.
Okay, I'm going to let these guys carry on stuffing their face. We have hit the streets to speak to you, the fans, and there might be a few people that you might recognise. Let's have a look. Okay, we are here outside Panthers house. The Carolina Panthers have taken over here. They've made me zip up my coat and cover up because they know what's going to happen on Sunday. But we're having a great time here in Munich. It's time for these guys to show me what I'm missing out being a Giants fan. You guys ready? Yeah! Let's do this! Let's go! how do you describe the atmosphere here in Germany for NFL?
I had no clue that Germany in general just love like American football like this. So for me, to see all of this, like all these people traveling from the States, energy is amazing. Love it.
I like Germany. It's really fun.
It's crazy. Like there's way more energy than I thought it would be. It's been wild since I've gotten here.
We're all family until Sunday. Right, we're friends at the moment. No, we're all right. But who's going to win on Sunday? Is it going to be Giants or is it going to be the Panthers? Let's go. Right. Right. He said the Giants as far as I'm
I think it's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be tough fought. There's going to be big scores, and I'm excited for some big plays.
My dad is a Giants fan, so sorry, Dad. I think it's going to be 7 Giants, 35 Panthers.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 17-10. We're going.
These guys are sold in Germany. Let's go.
Keep pounding. Keep pounding.
Cheers.
Well, you know what? We are so grateful that you joined us, Jen. Thank you so much for, showing me around the city, being the ambassador of German NFL fans, and also bringing us this lovely food.
What an amazing spread. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It was a great pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
We need you to promise one thing before you go. That you're going to come back.
Of course.
Okay, not only has Jen gone, she's taken the food with her too. This is the thing, and I didn't get one bite of it. So when it was leaving, I was looking at it going.
We did.
I cannot express to you how good that dessert in the end was.
Honestly,
and it was right in front of you.
Sensational.
Thank you.
Sensational.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have my revenge because I need backup, clearly.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine, new friend of the show, Ruben Balagas, New York Giants fan, most importantly. Come on in and join the show. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Sorry, please, can you show people this jacket? It's amazing jacket.
Bro.
Come on,
Satin
come
bomber.
on. I love it. It's fine. It's good that I've had some backup.
We are surrounded by Giants fans, George.
We are.
It's going to get worse for you guys.
Where is my sangria?
Well, we're in Germany. We have to do
next year in Madrid.
Next year,
yes.
In Germany, we have to drink beer.
Yes.
When it comes to Spain, we will be drinking some sangria. That's for sure. But you know what? I've invited you on for a special reason. Not only, obviously, because it's the games in Munich, and obviously our team, the Giants, is playing. Obviously we have to remain impartial. The Panthers. Shout out Panthers fans. I love it. Now, not this weekend. Now it's time for Outlandish.
Okay.
Now this is a good one because just so Ruben can know, Ruben, I scour the internet, social media, all over to see what outlandish, nonsensical things that people are saying. Now, I may agree, stop trying to cheat. I may agree with what they say, but it's not from me.
Yeah, of course it is.
I want to make that clear.
We know this.
Yeah?
We know.
Right, okay. So I'm going to start off with the first one. Okay. You ready? German NFL fans are better than UK fans.
Oh my God, that's a big take. So
you
when you say better, do you mean
they're better fans, better better atmosphere, better songs, better food?
Oh wow.
Dre, I feel like you're about to get us.
This isn't from me.
You're about to get us.
You're guys getting cancelled in one
They're
country.
going to take my passport back.
Let's play. I think we need to play this one well.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 split. I think there are beautiful pros for each, but it's so difficult to say one's better than the other because they're so different in so many ways. But obviously, being British ourselves, sometimes we might be biased to one more than the other. You know, it's nice to get out of the country ourselves and experience a different culture, which is great.
I'm seeing a lot of dancing here.
We don't want to get the unfollows.
I will say though, the first Munich game, I believe it was Country Roads, it went viral everywhere. Amazing. I wasn't there. You guys were, I believe. From what I've seen and heard, for people who were there, that was one of the best international NFL moments of all time.
It was a pure good 8 minutes.
You can speak on it. 8 minutes.
It went on for so long.
Okay. Have you had 8 minutes of that at London Games? Be honest.
No.
Okay.
And to be fair, it was dark.
Just saying.
Everyone had their flashlights on their phone.
Concert kind of vibe.
And it was just incredible.
Did you get emotional?
You know what? I didn't cry, but it was a beautiful moment. It was nice.
Let's get someone who's not, from the UK to say which is better.
It's not about what is better, in my opinion.
You just want to come back.
It's different way to live the American football and the NFL.
That's a good point. That is a clean point.
All right. Okay. Just really quickly. Okay. What you got? Sweet Caroline or Country Roads?
All Country Roads.
Country Roads.
Yeah.
I prefer Life is Life because.
Oh.
No. Here in Germany, Opus is from Austria, the band.
Yeah.
And it's a really German song, so I think it fits perfect. The Allianz.
The research. I like it.
Okay, all right.
I like it. It's a good answer.
You sat right on that fence. I'm going to get you with this.
Here we go.
The Bengals will still make the NFL playoffs.
Do you know what? Yeah, we've actually been talking about the Bengals as a whole. They had a really slow start, and statistically, like Ash will tell you, teams who have a start like the Bengals did don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But with the way the divisions are right now and the way that they're playing, I don't think it's that outlandish to say that they actually might make the playoffs. I don't think it's that outlandish to say.
My question is, the defense is going to resist in that division? I don't know.
Can they hold up? Well.
Give an answer, stop dancing. I looked down for the next one, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
there's music playing here.
Yeah.
Are they going to make the playoffs?
I don't know.
I think they might.
That's a seed of doubt. So I take that as a no.
Yeah.
And I'll take that.
I don't think
Bengals, I'll take that personally. What are you saying?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Okay.
You cannot start the season 0-3 and still make the playoffs. Okay. Otherwise, you're going into NFL history books.
True. That is very true. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. And I'm sorry, before we get to that, I was aware that it's the playoffs. It's not the NFL playoffs. So it was the way the question's worded. So please don't at me in any form of way.
Oh, but is this the way that you worded this?
Basically.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We know it. Yeah.
Moving on quickly.
We know now.
Michael Parsons.
Oh.
Should get out of Dallas. I'm going to let you go first since you was dancing around.
I think he's not the same without Dan Quinn, and he needs to go out of Arlington for sure.
Wow.
He should leave.
Yeah.
Where would you put him?
Washington?
With Dan Quinn at the Commanders? Wow, could you imagine that? And they just got... Wow.
No, that's not good for us. We want him out.
I know, but he's a perfect fit.
But you know what? Manifest that, put it out into existence.
No, let's not manifest that, because that's putting one stone, taking a stone from a shoe and putting it in the other.
I agree. I
don't want it, but I think it can happen.
Yeah, I would say it's not outlandish. I do think there's a lot of talk about, obviously, the trade deadline has passed.
Yeah.
What is happening at the Cowboys right now? Dallas are falling at the seams. People are dropping off like flies. You've got your best players injured. They're pretty much wasting their career. If he leaves that team and goes somewhere else, you could be a great success. And the Cowboys ain't going nowhere fast. The Commanders right now are right there.
There's too much agreeing for my liking. Okay, let's go to the next one. The Texans are frauds.
Oh.
And aren't AFC title contenders.
So I disagree with that, 100%.
Strongly.
All I'm going to say is I feel as if this Texans team are just riddled with injuries. They're falling in a bit of unluck times, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they're frauds at all. I think this is a great team. They've got some star quality players. Look at what they did last year. That's all you've got to say. I just think they're a bit unlucky this year, and injuries are playing a big part in some of their losses that they've got so far this season.
Do they beat the Lions this weekend?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Lions
are the best team right now.
I'm with you.
They've got
the whole league
at some point.
Right now, yes.
That's interesting.
That's hot.
Okay.
He didn't say your Chiefs were. Oh my goodness.
Let's not invite him back again. Okay, just before I continue, I haven't given a hot take, which I normally do. My hot takes have been on fire lately.
Have they?
Yes, they have.
Have they?
Says me. But I'm going to pass this week's hot take. My hot take, I'm going to give it to my boy, my friend, pal, amigo, Giants compadre.
I'm waiting for the follow through. Yeah.
Daniel Jones is going to have more than 60 yards rushing.
This weekend?
Yes.
I hear that.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, I do hear that.
what do you mean, backwards or actually forwards?
Negative 60 yards.
I'm sorry, I'll be burnt.
Wow.
By being a big, put it on fantasy, it's going to do a lot of points this week.
So are you, wait a minute,
Also agree.
no, because I need this anger to come to you from these people, not me all the time. Are you saying put Daniel Jones in your fantasy lineup because he's going to get, what you say, 180?
No, 60.
No.
Wow, he doubled that.
Sorry.
60 yards. He doubled
Even
it.
I was
And
just like,
some. 60 yards.
More than 60 yards rushing.
More than 60. Sorry.
And
That's how
That is more.
remember, he's from Charlotte and he grew up as a Panthers fan.
Wow. Revenge.
Alright,
game.
Big
okay.
game for him.
That's
Right,
a big
right,
game.
okay.
I
Again,
like
can we make sure that we put Ruben's act up, please, because that is outlandish.
I don't think it's that
That's
bad.
more outlandish than anything
I'm
I've
with you.
said in the whole time.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I want to make sure that it's forward. Giants, do not embarrass me in any form. Right, okay.
It's going to be backwards now, you've said it.
Yeah.
All right, okay, two more. Okay, the Commanders will be the #1 seed of the NFC.
No, let's calm down. I mean, let's calm down. They're great. Don't get me wrong. They are great.
Sorry, can I just pause you there?
Go for it.
Because you
I know
remember
where
you guys,
you're
you guys
going.
laughed me
I
off.
know
And
where
please,
you're going.
if we got the clip, please put it down here. They laughed me off when I said
About Jaden Daniels
about
being
Jaden
potential
Daniels
MVP.
being the potential MVP. He should be in the conversation. They went and shooed me off.
I mean,
We gave you.
but he's not
in the
going to be the
conver-
MVP.
No,
Nah,
we
he's
in the
right now, he is.
conversation. No.
Just let you know right
no,
now.
He's not. It's Lamar Jackson.
He's been great, but Jaden Daniels is not going to be the MVP.
Okay.
There's only been one player in history,
Tell him.
can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Jim Brown?
Yes. Who was a rookie and made it as MVP.
It's not a bad shout. He'll be in the conversation.
Why are you
staring at me?
I'm just saying, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well
But-
done.
Right, okay, just really quickly. Can this happen? Should he be in this conversation?
Not yet, but he will be soon.
Fair. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 1 year of adaptation.
You're still
to the
wrong.
league.
Exactly. Just what? Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, he
You're
won't
on
be
an
in, but he'll
island
be
to
in the
one.
conversation.
Last one. This is the big one. See if you like this. Cliff Kingsbury should be the new head coach of the New York Giants.
No way.
Wow.
He
said like I said something blasphemous.
He didn't have success in Cardinals and he's not prepared for head coach. I don't think he's going to be a head coach in the league anymore.
Do you think he's better suited to his role as
Exactly.
OC? Right.
That should have
He's
been
a
your
great
hot,
offensive
I kind of
coordinator,
agree.
but I don't see him.
that should have been your hot take. That there. He's never going to be the coach again. More than that running around.
Hold up. Before you continue,
Right?
me and Ash have a few things to sprinkle in.
Okay.
Sadly, mine is a bit of, it gives kind of props to the Giants in the sense that my outlandish take is the Dallas Cowboys will not make the playoffs and will finish at the bottom
Wow.
of the NFC East. The bottom
I like it.
of the NFC East. Which
Of course you guys like it.
tells you guys, because if you look at it, I think you're 1 win off. You've lost currently 2 more games than they have. But
Yeah.
if you guys win and they lose, if things get real close. So, and I actually think with that potentially going on IR and this team falling apart, CD Lamb's injured too, I think it could happen.
No,
What do
now
you
the
guys
shadows
think?
gets easier for the Giants.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Dre,
Sure.
how do you feel about that? Surely you got to be happy.
I'm happy about that. I'm just I'm wondering about your motives. I'm saying
just saying
that.
what the people
He
are
wants
saying.
to know.
What the
He
people
would-
are saying.
No, don't fall for this at all, Ruben, because he's going to try to bring us up before he brings us right down
have
and
another
clips
hot
us up.
take.
Oh,
Right, go on.
Giants can win the next 4 games.
Right, okay, now
my
he's
God.
take his beer away because
The next 4
that's
games.
that's just crazy.
Absolutely
Wow.
Right.
Go on.
So, Joan,
Yeah.
you've come for both George and me and Outlandish
you
the past
have,
couple
you
of
have.
weeks. So, I wasn't expecting 2 Giants fans, but
Okay.
She
it
came
is-
ready.
Hey, it is what it is.
Because
So-
you can see sure what's hard for you.
Damn.
Honestly, go Panthers on Sunday. Okay. And again, I'll do a Dre. This was not written by me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give the tag if you need it. Okay. Daniel Jones is a great human, tough as nails, class off the field, and is super smart. He's just not a good quarterback.
Oh.
He's basically Tim Tebow.
Oh, wow.
What did you just...
Damn. That's sending shots to you guys, man. Oh, yeah. That's sending shots to you guys. I don't know how you feel about that one, but...
I will also say, I did see another one, and people have said, Daniel Jones, not a very good quarterback on the field, but it's good for fantasy purposes.
I'm gonna say this. I believe in Daniel Jones for this weekend, and I believe that he's going to get us the W. And then we will figure out whatever happens in the future, in the future.
Wow.
Let me come back at you with last two. Now, people have said that we may have been hasty in benching Anthony Richardson. And he should be coming back instead of Joe Flacco. You have the decision, George, solely.
The answer is AR. There is no discussion. Flacco, I love you. You can get it done. You've got the 17 years, however many years of experience, but this is not your team, my bro. This is Anthony Richardson's team. Many other quarterbacks, like Josh Allen, had a similar start to Anthony Richardson. I will just say that. You've got to give him time to grow. Let's leave the guy alone. Let's stop showing him yawning on the sidelines. He's a human being. All right, we get it. Stop trying to throw him into the ground. I'm going to stick up for my Colts all day, every day. This is Anthony Richardson's team, and that is the end of the conversation. Next.
You know it's daytime when we started this actual question.
Keep going. Keep running it out.
Last one. This is a doozy. Last one. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. The Packers...
Uh-oh.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
I know.
Will... might be good, you might like it.
Okay.
Not make the playoffs.
Oh, come on.
What would you say?
Well, he's in the toughest division right now, so can happen.
Oh, fight talk. I think it's wild. They'll make the playoffs. Absolutely. They're on the bye week right
Lions
now.
dominate them.
I did say that would happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I said it multiple times in the last show. You guys would have seen it. The Lions gave him a beat down. I'm just saying.
Can we put the... Sorry, please, can we put the clip on?
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying.
I'm Arsene Brown coming in with the jersey,
Literally.
telling you what he's going to do, and he did it.
You know what's quite sad is that Amon-Ra doesn't know that Green Bay is 2 words and not one word.
That's true. That is
so, you know.
No, never mind.
What matters is the scoreboard, right?
Anyway, no, but I mean, guys. Sorry to burst your bubble. Packers are making the playoffs. I don't know what number seed, but as a Packer fan, I will always say Packers do better in the playoffs if they actually don't get the number 1 seed and they don't get the first overall bye. The bye in the playoffs actually does not benefit certain teams. Certain teams actually do better with the momentum going in, but I do appreciate if players are injured, they do need that bit of respite. So it's so much 50-50. Packers are making these playoffs, guys. But the NFC is a very interesting one. I mean, at the moment, Cardinals, like if the season ended today, Cardinals are in the playoffs.
Crazy.
Falcons are the number 3 seed.
Wow.
I mean... Yeah. Anything can happen, guys, but yeah, you will see.
I could have.
You will see my pack there.
I could have seen what was going to happen with that one. We'll see if that actually happens. Anyway, we're going to go to our locks of the week and also the games that we've picked for you to watch on NFL Game Pass on DAZN, of course. George,
yes.
What game tickles your fancy?
It is one of the biggest games of the week. It's the Denver Broncos away at Arrowhead to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Denver Broncos defense didn't show good account of themselves against the Ravens. They were absolutely dominated from start to finish. But I genuinely believe that the Broncos can stop this domination of the Kansas City Chiefs because they have a good defense. And Bo Nix is playing relatively well for a rookie. So, that is my game of the week, but it's also my lock of the week because the Broncos are about to ruin the NFL and they're going to take down the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are no longer undefeated.
I love that. I love it.
What's your game?
Finish the show right there. Just finish it on that.
Yeah, I'll just take my leave right now.
My lock of the week, already mentioned it earlier on in the show. Guys, I'm going for this Texans team to take down these pesky Lions.
That's bold.
They're going to be purring in the corner.
Is this a bit of revenge?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Lions.
It's like I do with the Vikings. I'll be going for every team now, playing against the Lions until they lose.
Do you really think they can win that game?
You know what? Kind of like how you feel about maybe a little bit with the Broncos and the Chiefs, what I'm going to say, is that at the end of the day in the NFL, we see it every year, we see it happen. These great teams who are doing so great, they lose to teams that they shouldn't be losing to. But hey, the Texans have got some good players coming back off injury.
Nico Collins should be back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So things could happen, and you never know, guys. This Lions team could wake up. They might not have had a good sleep. They might be tired. They might have to tag themselves out. Who knows?
Is that a shot? Can we stop with the AR shots? Like, what just happened there? Tap them out. Oh man.
But anyway,
I got you, bro. I got you.
Texans to win. That's my lock of the week.
Okay, my game that I'm going to suggest to you guys to watch on NFL Game Pass on DAZN, of course, I'm going to follow the Rams.
Ooh.
The most entertaining team to watch in the NFL, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Playing against the Dolphins. I'm not going to tell you who I think is going to win, but I'm telling you, you should be watching that. My lock of the week is going to go to our lovely friend Ruben.
Giants winning in Munich against the Panthers.
Boom! That's what we're talking about.
I mean, I will say, I think on behalf of George and me, obviously, we're going to be supporting our friends. But I'm hoping that this game is going to be really close and a fiery matchup. This is what we want to see as NFL fans.
Giants are 3-0 in Europe. 3 games in London, 3-0.
Oh, wow.
They're going to keep in Europe the same.
Wow.
Okay, we've come to the end of our special episode of the Hurry Up on DAZN in Germany, Munich to be exact.
What a show.
What an amazing time we've
Great
had.
show.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, big game.
Now, there's only one thing to do, because I haven't got my piece of paper that I normally throw. Instead, we're going to Prost.
Prost!
Prost.
Woo!